What the heck is going on with Warner Brothers? David Zaslav, you are a dude. I don't want to say this is the end for Cartoon Network Studios, but this might certainly be it. As I'm reading this news, it says Cartoon Network Studios, as you know it, is gone thanks to David Zaslav. Warner Brothers Television Group laid off 82 scripted, unscripted, and animation employees on Tuesday and will not fill 43 more vacant positions. The 125 positions represent 26% of the company's workforce across those units. However, the layoffs, which were generally expected, don't tell the whole story of what's going on at Warner Brothers Discovery's animation units. In fact, there was an even more consequential announcement yesterday that fundamentally alters the structure of Cartoon Network Studios going forward and will have a far-reaching impact on the projects that it produces. The companies call it part of its strategic realignment. In a company-wide memo, Chairman Channing Dungey told staff that the company plans to fully consolidate its TV animation divisions, merging Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios. Going forward, Sam Register will continue as head of the Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios, as well as Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe, the latter of which will continue to operate independently from the other two. Man, I am just so sick and tired of David Zaslav. Him doing this, man. And now you're going to possibly have Universal buy either a part of Warner Brothers Animation or buy the whole Warner Brothers Animation. And it's just so sad, man. Cartoon Network Studios started in 1994 and it lasted 28 years. And I don't want to say this is the end, but it's dang sure looking like it, man. I don't know what's going on with Warner Brothers and Discovery and all this other stuff, man. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then he's laying off people. He's firing a lot of the animations, the animators, the people that, write the shows and all that stuff, man. It's just so much going on. And he's saying they're not going to even fill the vacancies for most of the positions. They're just so stupid, man. This guy should be ashamed of himself. This pisses me off, man. According to the memo, all three labels will continue to exist, but perhaps more in the name than action. Both development and production at Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network Studios will now be merged, extending on the cross-studio teams that were already in place for programming, casting, legal and business affairs, and artist relations. This means that Cartoon Network Studios no longer has any independent say on either creative or operational matters, something that has never happened before in its existence. This also seems as ominous spin for the future of new original Cartoon Network animation. Warner Brothers Animation has traditionally been a much more catalog or IP-driven studio, while Cartoon Network Studios has been the studio that puts out original series and specials that occasionally become touchstones for generations of viewers. Over the last decade, Cartoon Network Studios produced shows such as Uncle Grandpa, Steven Universe, Clarence, Over the Garden Wall, We Bare Bears, Craig of the Creek, Summer Camp Island, Infinity Train, and Primal, to name just a few. Conversely, Warner Brothers' animation lineup has been focused on catalog characters, including titles such as Batwheels, Bug Bunny Builders, Aquaman, King of Atlantis, Teen Titans Go, Jellystone, Animaniacs, Looney Tunes cartoons, Harley Quinn, Justice League Action, and The Tom and Jerry Show. Under boss David Zaslav, Warner Brothers Discovery has expressed a desire to focus on more heavily on IP across all its businesses. So now that Cartoon Network Studios has to share development and production resources with Warner Brothers Animation, it's difficult to imagine a future in which the studio's original animation output can match what it has been in the past. As long as Zaslav is king, Cartoon Network Studios is likely to shift more strongly towards reboots of its existing catalog, as it is currently doing with the Powerpuff Girls, than launching a new IP. The significance of yesterday's news may have not fully sunk in for a lot of animation fans, but those in the business immediately understood the magnitude of the news and its impact on Cartoon Network Studios, and by extension, Cartoon Network future. Brian Miller, a former general manager of Cartoon Network Studios and a key figurehead. And that's all I gotta say, man. That's all I read. But, man, I'm just so freaking distraught right now. I'm distraught, man. Cartoon Network Studios, I've been with y'all since I've been born, man. I just don't know what to say. I'm really just sad right now, man. I can't believe that. Why would they do that? Why would he do that? He's selling everything. He's getting rid of everybody. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no freaking sense. You know, so tired, bro. We just celebrated 30 years. We didn't even have a good 30-year celebration, but I was just so happy and so excited that they made it to 30 years, man. You know, I didn't even care about the celebration or whatever. I was just happy that they made it to the celebration anniversary. And now we got to deal with people, cucks like this, that has the power to mess up a lot of crap, and they don't have no repercussions to nothing that happened to them or anything. It's such a shame. I want Craig McCracken and Genndy Tartakovsky to say something to this dude or something. Somebody got to speak up to him, because he is just ruining everything, man. And I don't think Cartoon Network is going to be lasting much longer, bro. I really think they're going to make it 30 years, and that's going to be it. Because they sold the Cartoon Network Studios, man. They produce so many shows. And to think that it's done, it's not a real... They don't have their own independent animation studio anymore. They merging it with Warner Brothers Animation. And that's just really, really sad, man. Because Warner Brothers Animation, they have their own catalog, and then Cartoon Network Studios have their own catalog. So what's going to happen to the original Cartoon Network shows? Where they going to go? Do I have to go on bootleg or something to find them or watch them shows? You know, man, it's just such a quagmire what's going on, man. David Zaslav should be thrown in quicksand, man. This dude is just effing up everything, bro. And it's a shame what's going on, man. If this is the end, man, rest in peace to Cartoon Network Studios. Man, I love y'all so much. Y'all made my life. Y'all made my childhood. Y'all helped me a lot, man, through a lot of things, bro. I would never, ever forget y'all. And to me, y'all never, no matter how much this might end, man, y'all gonna never end. Y'all gonna never end, man. You're gonna always be with us in our hearts and our spirits, man, forever. It's your boy Project. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. I'm out.